Hello friends, I have already uploaded a video on Busbar. Hence, it becomes necessary to explain what are the different types of Busbar schemes used in substations. So, I shall explain all the Busbar schemes one by one. As a part of that, first I will start with the simplest Busbar schemes used in a substation, that is single Busbar scheme. If we go through how these Busbar schemes works, then we will be able to understand why this type of busbar schemes are used and what are the advantages and disadvantages of using this type of busbar schemes in EHV substations. Let us see how a single busbar scheme is represented. In the picture we can see a substation has been shown with single busbar with 4 feeders connected to the busbar. If we start from the left, the first feeder is coming from a substation, then the second one is coming from a power station, then third feeder is going to a load center, and fourth one is also going to a load center. Now we have considered a situation when all the feeders are in service and working normally. We can see during normal condition the direction of the flow of currents in the feeders. From the first feeder, that is the direction of the flow of power and the current is from the substation towards the bus, and the second feeder also the flow of power is from the power station to the bus bar, and in third and fourth feeders the power is flowing from the bus bar towards the load centers. Now let us see how it works during a fault condition. Suppose there is a fault in feeder 1. So because of fault in feeder 1, the circuit breaker in feeder 1 will open and the feeder will be no more in service. But we can see the other feeders like feeder 2, 3 and 4 will work normally and they will keep on service. And the feeder 1 will come into service only after rectification of the fault of the circuit breaker in feeder 1. On removal of the fault of the circuit breaker, all the feeders will come into service again. Now let us see what happens in case of a busbar fault in this scheme. In case of a bus fault, all the feeders are connected to the busbar. So because of the fault on busbar, all the feeders will be feeding the fault, and as a result the circuit breakers of all the feeders will get disconnected and there will be an outage of all the feeders. The feeders can be restored only after the rectification of the fault on busbar. Hence in this scheme, for a fault in busbar, all the feeders becomes out till the fault is rectified.